Well, good morning, for one thing. I gotta go take this dog out. She's gotta go potty, and then I'm gonna get some breakfast. And then we gotta go to an eye appointment for the girls in a little bit, about an hour, so. Good morning. So it's 3:41 now, and we pretty much just got home. Do you wanna hear the story? There's not like any big like event that happened, but the appointment they had their eye appointment was scheduled for 11:20. We got there. I don't know exactly what time we got inside, but we actually got pulled into my parking space at like 11, and then at like 11:05ish I went in because I figured like 15 minutes early, plus it'd take like 5 minutes to get in. And the lady at the desk, she was nice enough, but she definitely gave me the vibe that like she was one of those people that's just like afraid of COVID. And so I walk in, and before I even like got to well, there were people at the desk at the window, whatever you want to call it, when I got inside. So they had like this sign thing saying stop here and wait to be called. So I went up there because there's somebody already at the desk. Usually I just go straight to the desk. They're like, oh hey. But there's somebody already up there, so I just went to the stop thing, and the people weren't there very long. And then she was like, who do you have here? And I was like, well, there's Gwen and Annika. And she's like, okay, Gwen Newman. I was like, yeah. And well, I think I told her Gwen Newman and Annika Newman. She was like, Gwen Newman. I was like, yeah, and Annika Newman. And so she's like, okay, well, you can go have a seat. I'll call you in a minute. I was like, okay. Because usually we go up there and they have assigned stuff. So I was like, okay. She seemed like she didn't want me getting, well, actually, after these people got up, before she said that, she did give me a mask, and which I assumed they would. They usually do, because offices want you to wear masks. But she gave me a mask and like started to hand me one for Gwen. Well, she's like, I was holding a child one. She's like, are your kids 3 years older? And I was like, well, Gwen's 3. And she's like, okay. Will she wear this? And I was like, she usually doesn't. So she didn't push it, but she was very, very, very upfront wanting me to wear masks. Which I like I said, I didn't say much because like I assumed I would have to wear a mask, but luckily she didn't push it for Gwen to wear one. But then had to sit down. Like usually we go up to the desk and like we do all the checking in and have sign the papers and like everything, and then we sit down to wait. But she had to sit down, and then a few minutes later, she called us to go like to the door, or through the door, like where you go. I don't know, most doctor's offices, it was an eye doctor, but most doctor's offices, they have like a door that they'll open and like call you back. She had me go through that door to the desk that you usually check out, like when you're leaving you check out, and had me do everything there. Which is weird. I don't know if she's trying to get me away from people to do that. I don't really know what the purpose of that was. Or if she just felt like it was further away from her that way. I don't know. She seemed like she was one of those people that just like personally was very afraid. But anyway, she was nice about it. It was just really weird. So I gave her the cards because she had to have that. It's a new year type thing. It's the first time we've gone this year, so she had to have all the insurance cards. And I had to check all the information, which I do every time I go, just to make sure all the information about the girls is correct. And then I had to sign a couple things, I think just saying that it was correct or something, I don't know. And then I sat down again, and it was probably like the appointment was at 11:20. It was probably like 11:40 by the time we were called through the door. They took us through, actually on a different side than they usually do. Is that a hat? Hat. They took us to a room, and like I don't know, like a nurse or whatever you want to call it, like the assistant person kind of quickly checked each of the girls and asked like some basic questions and stuff, just kind of confirming information they already had. And then said that she was gonna see if there was a room on our doctor's side that we usually go on that was open. And so she left, and I wasn't sure how long she'd be gone. I thought she'd be right back. And Annie was poopy, so I waited a few minutes and then decided, okay, I need to change Annie because she's been poopy like since we got here. So then I started changing her. I was halfway through changing her and wiping her butt when the girl came back, and she's like, oh, I'll give you like 5 more minutes, I'll come back. And I was like, okay. So she came back, took us to a room across the hall, and then we were there for forever. Long story short, and like while I was trying to entertain the girls, I had a few different toys, and then I ended up playing some songs on YouTube, like some Disney songs. And by the time she, like I said, the appointment was at 11:20. By the time she came in, it was like 11:38, 11:40, or not 11, sorry, 1:38, 1:40, something like that. Probably like 1:38 when she finally came back. And she was like, oh, she was like, sorry, there was an emergency that we had to deal with. Yeah, so she did apologize, but honestly, like every time we go, and we only go every like 3 to 6 months, so we don't go that often, but like every time we go, we are waiting in the waiting room, or in like in like the patient room, and the doctor in the I don't know, the room that they take us to. We're usually in there for like an hour, and it was like we were there for a total of over 2 hours before we finally got to see the doctor today. The good news though, as annoying as that was, dealing with 2 toddlers for 2 hours trying to keep them entertained, the good news is that Annie still doesn't need to patch. She's doing pretty good, although it sounds like, they didn't say it, but it sounds like she might need glasses. She actually said that she's kind of in between, like, where she would need surgery and where she wouldn't. But it sounds more like she's like nearsighted or whatever where you can't see far away. Like her eyes cross more when she's looking far away, but she says it's not so bad that they need to do anything about it yet. And Gwen was patching an hour a day and doesn't have to patch anymore. So neither of our children have to patch at all. Gwen has a few patches left, but we don't have to patch anymore. And then we don't go back, and they're like, we don't have to do anything right now. Everything looks good. Their eyesight seems pretty good. And we don't have to go back to August. And then I need to make a mark on my calendar, because we weren't able to make an appointment today. She said to call in May to make an appointment for August. I think you have to do it like 3 months out or less. So that's how it went. And so we left there at like 2 and went and got McDonald's and sat in the McDonald's parking lot and ate our food. And then we came back here and it's 3:48 and they're just not getting a nap. I think Annie slept a little bit on the way home, but they're not going to get a real nap today. So, but Annie's playing. Gwen's in there watching some stuff on TV. I need to take care of these dishes before Brett comes home. Those are all, well, it's all breakfast dishes, stuff that Brett had before he left to go to work and stuff that we had before we went to the appointment. So this might be the last I talk to you unless something interesting happens at youth group, but all these come back on to say goodnight, but it was just crazy. So I just wanted to make this last clip just to tell you goodnight. I'm not going to bed yet, but I'm going to go take a shower and then have a late supper, be all comfy and watch a show and eat and stuff. So I'm going to sign off. So I hope you have a great, grand, wonderful, amazing, lovely day, and I will see you in the next vlog. Good night.